Today we'll be doing a 45-minute vinyasa flow, really focused on movement and engaging our legs and maybe finding a little bit of dancing. So if you have a dance playlist that you'd like to put on, now would be a good time to do that. As far as props go, nothing specific for this flow will be required for props. And we'll go ahead and get started in mountain pose at the top of the mat. So here, just find some movement in your body that feels good. So maybe some shoulder rolls, swaying your hips, maybe big leg circles. If you have your favorite song on, you can just dance it out. Just see how your body wants to move today. You can play with some large movements or some subtle ones. Whatever is calling to you. And then we'll find some stillness on our mat. Arriving in your body, on the mat, feeling your feet firmly planted into the earth. Then rooting down, rising up, feeling that long line of energy from tailbone to the crown of the head. And then exhale, roll those shoulders away from the ears. Arms down at your side. Palms facing forward. Gazing softly ahead or letting your eyes close. Take one hand to your heart and one to your belly. And start to notice your breath here. Feeling your belly and the lungs fill up with air. And exhale, letting the air leave your body. More rounds of breath here. Feeling your chest rise and fall. And we'll start to add some movement following our breath. So on your next exhale, arms come out wide. Bend into the knees. Inhale, draw up through center. Exhale, arms out wide to your side, bending into your knees, letting your arms float down. Inhale, draw up through center. And take 2 to 4 more rounds of this movement with your own breath. Try to see how slowly you can move here, really letting the breath lead the way. Your next inhale, we'll meet back, hands at your heart. And then exhale here. Deep exhale. Inhale, arms up overhead. Hands come together. Find length here from tailbone to crown of head. One more inhale, and then exhale. You're gonna lean to the right side. keeping that length in the spine so you're not collapsing over the right side, but rather finding length and space in all areas of your torso, especially that left side body here. And breathe into that space. You can stay here, or you can take your left wrist and your right hand, pulling a little bit further, finding maybe an inch more of length there on that left side. And one more inhale, and one more exhale. Inhale back to center, finding that length once again, and then exhale to the left. Feeling that stretch up your right side body this time. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, lean over to the left. And then option here to grab your right wrist with your left hand. Maybe finding an extra inch of length here. And then on your next inhale, back to center. Exhaling here, keeping that length in the spine. You're gonna imagine that there's a beach ball, like on the upper half of your back. Inhale, find length, and then exhale, bend over that beach ball. So bending from that upper back, not the lower back here. It can be a subtle back bend. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, take it down to a forward fold. So here, hands can be on your thighs, on your shins. You can find your toes or the earth, or you can grab opposite elbows. Wherever you're at, let go of your head, let go of the neck, let the upper body be heavy. And take some time to bend into your right and left legs. Maybe you shimmy it out here, finding a little bit of spontaneous, dancey type movements as they feel good in your body. Inhale, halfway lift, drawing shoulder blades up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands come through heart. Take some time to gaze down at your fingers and set an intention for your practice today. It can be a goal you have on or off your mat. Something you want to bring into your life, or something you're ready to let go of. Inhale our intentions. Exhale them out into the world. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands come through heart. One more half sun. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands come through heart. So from here, you can take toes together with your heels about an inch apart. Or if that is uncomfortable, you can take your feet more hip distance. We'll be coming into a chair pose, so if your toes are not together, just check in to make sure your knees are not buckling in past your big toes. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, sit down into chair. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper into those legs. Inhale, find length. Exhale, sit deeper. Start to look down at your toes. You start to wiggle your toes a little bit. And then inhale, lift that right foot about an inch off the ground. Find a little bit of balance here. Exhale, send it back. Now we are in Crescent. Option to stay here, or you can move to a Warrior One, so anchoring your back foot at about a 45-degree angle if that's okay with your knee. Inhale here. Exhale, turn to the side of the mat. So here we're in star pose. Legs long, arms long, looking like a starfish. Inhale here, exhale, sink down into Goddess. Another place to add in some dancey movement, swaying those hips side to side, actually makes this pose easier to hold. Inhale, lift up, star. Exhale, sink down to Goddess. One more, inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale here, exhale, turning towards the back of the mat with the right foot in front, back to your Crescent or Warrior One. Inhale, find length in spine. Exhale, sink into those legs. Gazing down at your front foot here. Inhale. Exhale, step left foot to meet right. Back in our chair pose. This is tied up the back of the mat. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, sit deeper into your chair. Inhale here. Exhale, let it all go. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up to standing. Exhale, hands come to heart. Setting up for another chair. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, sit down into your chair pose. Feeling those legs engaged here. Core engaged as well. Arms reaching up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, look down at those toes. Start to wiggle them. And then inhale, lift that right foot an inch off the earth, finding a little balance here. And then stepping your right foot back, Crescent or Warrior One. Inhale here. Exhale, turn to the side of the mat, pigeon toe the feet in, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So again, hands can be at your hips or on your shins, or they can find the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then walk your hands towards your right foot, turning towards the front of the mat. Inhale, sweep up, Crescent or Warrior One. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot steps up to meet the right at the top of the mat, finding one more chair pose here. Inhale, exhale, let it go. Forward fold. Shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up to standing with a flat back. Exhale, hands come to heart. Now we're going to draw that circle in the other direction. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, sit into your chair. Option here to try to come up onto the toes, finding a little bit more balance here. Exhale, take those heels down, Start to wiggle your toes. Lift the left foot about an inch off the earth. Step it back. Crescent or warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, turn to the side of the mat, coming into star pose. And then exhale. Sit down into goddess. Wiggle it out. Inhale, find length. Exhale, sink back down. One more time. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, turn towards the back of the mat. Left foot is the front foot of your crescent. Now, crescent or warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, step the right foot to meet the left, passing through chair pose. Option to come up onto the toes. Exhale, take those heels back down and come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands come through heart. Whew. One more chair pose. Actually, two more chair poses. We can do it. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, sit into that chair. Looking down at those toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Start to wiggle those left toes. Step that left foot back, coming into crescent or warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, turn towards the side of the mat. Pigeon toe the feet in together. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then walk those hands to frame the left foot at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up to crescent or warrior one. And then from here, we'll go into our final chair pose. So step the right foot to meet the left. This is the last one, I promise. Inhale, find the length in the spine. Exhale, deeper into the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deeper into the legs. One more inhale. One more exhale. Take it down to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take your hands onto the mat and step back to plank. Plank can be with legs lifted or with knees on the earth. Inhale here, exhale, lower all the way down. And then here we'll set up for a cobra, so taking fingertips chest level. Elbows kissing in at the back. Inhale, lift up to baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, baby cobra. Or a longer armed cobra if it's okay with your back. Exhale, back down. And then inhale, baby cobra, long armed cobra, or you can press your tops of the feet into the earth, finding an upward facing dog. Inhale here, exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. And take some time to pedal out your dog, walking a little bit right and left. Maybe shifting a little bit forward and back. Inhale up on the toes. Noisy exhale into the heels. Inhale up on the toes. Noisy exhale into the heels. One more time. Inhale up on the toes. Noisy exhale into the heels. Bend into the knees. And then walk, step, or jump your way up to the top of the mat. Meet in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up to standing. Exhale, hands come through heart. Whew. Let's do one more round of our Sun A. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back to your variation of plank. And then take your flow. So lowering down all the way or halfway. Choosing your back bend Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, bend into the knees. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up to standing. Exhale, hands come through heart. So now we'll add on to that a little bit. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step back to plank. Take your flow or skip your flow. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Here in downward facing dog, inhale up on the toes. Exhale into the heels. Then inhale, lift that right leg up overhead, finding length here like you can kick the ceiling with your right heel. Inhale here, exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lift, exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lift, exhale, knee to chest, hold it here. Step the right foot towards the front of the mat. So take some time here to make any adjustments, maybe swirl the hips out. We're setting up for a crescent, so you want the knee over your ankle. Inhale, sweep it up to crescent. And then option to stay here, or you can root that back heel down, coming into a warrior one. Hips are facing towards the front of the mat. Shoulders are over hips, arms are up, reaching towards the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, let the hands float down and meet behind the back. Inhale, drawing your hands towards the earth and lifting your chest towards the sky. Exhale, bow forward. So you can stay here, or maybe you can get your shoulder towards the inside of that knee, which helps prevent the knee from buckling in. You're in humble warrior. Inhale, sweep it back up to warrior one. And then exhale, frame that front foot, step back to plank, and take your flow. We will meet in downward facing dog. From here, inhale up on the toes, noisy exhale into the heels. Inhale, take that left foot up, Finding length on your left side now, like you could kick the ceiling with your left foot. Inhale here, exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, find length, exhale, knee to chest. One more, inhale, find length, exhale, knee to chest. Step it towards the front of the mat. Swirl out your hips, make any kind of adjustments you need to set up for crescent, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, maybe you anchor that back heel coming into your warrior one. Breathe here. And on your next exhale, hands float down. Meet behind your back. Inhale, draw hands towards the earth as you lift your chest, and exhale, bow down to humble warrior. And breathe here. Inhale, lift it up, back to warrior one. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step back to plank and take your flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, take that right leg up and back. Exhale, knee in towards the chest and step it through towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up to warrior one. And then exhale, open your hips up towards the side of the mat. Arms come out long, coming into our warrior two. Take a moment to check in here. Shoulders are over hips. Arms are out long, gaze over that front middle finger. Feeling strong here in your legs, core, your arms, all of you. And breathe. Your next exhale, cartwheel your hands, frame that front foot. Step back to plank. Take your flow. Meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot comes back, finding length here. Exhale, knee in towards chest and step your left foot towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lifting up to crescent or warrior one. Finding your breath here, landing in this pose. And your next exhale, turning your hips towards the side of the mat, coming back into warrior two, but on the other side this time. And check in on this side. Front knee is over ankle. And breathe. Breathe into that strength that's holding you up in space right now. One more round of breath here. You got this. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands, frame that front foot, step back to plank and take your flow. And from here, we'll take our downward dog all the way to child's pose. So knees out wide, toes towards each other. Sitting back onto your heels as you stretch your arms out in front of you. Let your forehead rest on the earth. Come back to your breath here. Notice the sensations of your hands on the earth, your forearms, your elbows, your forehead, your shoulders, feel your chest and belly resting on your thighs. And stretching your hips and your glutes. Feel your shins on the earth and the tops of your feet. And here you can start to find some deeper breaths again. Inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3. Hold the top. Exhale for a count of 1, 2, 3. Hold at the bottom. And continue those deep breaths with your own counts. Your next inhale, slowly walk yourself back up. And swing your legs out in front of you. So here we're going to come into a forward fold. So take a moment to rock a little bit right and left, finding your sits bones on the earth and a little bit of a forward tilt in your pelvis. From here, bend into your knees so your thighs and your belly are touching each other, and then reach over to grab the tops of your feet. Inhale, find length in your spine, and then exhale. Slowly push your feet forward, keeping that length in your spine. And eventually you can take your hands to your calves or your thighs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, melt. Inhale, find length. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt down. And we'll hold this pose for 3 to 5 rounds of breath. If at any point you're feeling some strain on your low back, you can bend more into your knees, or try walking your hands up your legs. Your next inhale, start to walk yourself back up. And then from here, we're going to do one last core pose. So we're gonna come into a boat. So again, finding those sit bones on the earth, you're gonna bend into your knees. And this time we're gonna balance on these sit bones. So taking your arms out to your side, you can either take the toes to the mat, lift your shins so they're parallel, or you can try straightening your legs. Inhale here, and exhale. Feel that engagement in the core as you hold yourself up in space here. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the earth. And then from here, bend into the knees once again, setting up for a bridge pose. Heels are just out of reach of your fingertips. Inhale, lift those hips up towards the sky. And breathe. Exhale, slowly let each vertebrae melt into the mat one at a time. And then here, inhale, option to take bridge again, or if you have wheel or shoulder stand in your practice, now is a good time to take those poses. If you're in bridge, option to roll your shoulders under, finding your hands behind your back, creating a little bit more shoulder opening here in bridge pose. Take 2 more rounds of breath wherever you're at. And exhale, let your back melt into the earth. From here, you'll take feet together, knees wide, coming into a reclined bound angle pose. Just gently letting gravity open up our hips here. And then take the left hand under your left thigh, and then close it over your right thigh like you're closing a book. You can do cactus arms or wings here, and gaze can be up or over your left side. Your next exhale, take your left knee back, coming into that reclined bound angle once again. 1 round of breath here. And take your right hand underneath your right thigh, closing it over your left like you're closing a book. Arms can come out wide or to cactus. Gaze can be up or over the right side. Your next inhale, take your feet to the earth, with your knees up, finding a neutral spine here. And then exhale, take those knees into the chest, giving yourself a great big hug. Take some time to rock a little bit right and left to massage out that low back. And then from here, taking any other final poses or movements that you would like before we come into our final resting pose of Shavasana. Legs out long, arms at your sides, palms facing up. And with each exhale, relaxing deeper into the earth beneath you. Woodland you. It's easy to look at the contours of a forest and feel a bone-deep love for nature. It's less easy to remember that the contours of your own body represent that exact same nature. The pathways of your mind, your dreams, dark and strange as sprouts curling beneath a flat rock. Your regret, bitter as the citrus rot of old cut grass. It is the same as the nature you make time to love, that you practice loving. The forest, the meadow, the sweeping arm of the galaxy. You are as natural as any postcard landscape and deserve the same love. Take one hand to your heart and one to your belly. And we'll seal our practice with an inhale and a sigh on the exhale. Thank you for taking time for yourself, for each other, and for practicing with me today. The light and the dark in me see, honor, and absolutely celebrate the light and the dark in you.